Chapter 9. Genealogy of Jalaluddin Rumi. On his father's side, the remote ancestor of Jalaluddin during Islamic times, well, they mean al-Hijra, right, was Abu Bakr, the dearest and most faithful friend of Muhammad, the Arabian lawgiver, and successor in the government of the community of Islam, as the first of the long line of Khalifa. Well, there was only 4 or 5 Khalifa Rashidun, right? Like Muhammad himself, Abu Bakr was of the tribe of Quraysh, which claims descent through Ishmael from Abraham, the chosen friend of God and father of the faithful. The stem of Abu Bakr's branch of the tribe unites with that of Muhammad in Murrah, the ancestor to Muhammad in the 7th degree and to Abu Bakr in the 6th. Abu Bakr was furthermore one of Muhammad's fathers-in-law, as his daughter Aisha was the Prophet's only virgin bride. A son or grandson of Abu Bakr is said to have been among the Arabian conquerors of Khorasan during the Caliphate of Uthman, about 25 al-Hijra, or 647 of the Common Era. Took longer than that to conquer Khorasan, actually. And to have settled at Balkh, the capital of ancient Bactria, where his family flourished until after the birth of Jalaluddin. At an uncertain period subsequent to 491 al-Hijra, or 1097 of the Common Era, a daughter of one of the Khwarezmian kings of Central Asia was given in marriage to Jalaluddin's great-great-grandfather, whose name is either not mentioned by Aflaki or I have missed it. She gave birth to Jalal's great-grandfather, Ahmed, surnamed al-Khatibi, as being apparently a son or descendant of a client of a public preacher, Khatib. Now, some of these transliterations of the names are more difficult than reading the Arabic or the Farsi of such things, so yeah. Nothing more is mentioned of Ahmed by Aflaki than that he had a son, Hussein, surnamed Jalaluddin, who married a daughter of a certain Khurram Shah, king of Khorasan, and became grandfather by her to the author of the Mesnevi, his son, Muhammad, surnamed Bahauddin, styled Sultanul Ulema, and commonly known as Bahauddin Beled, or shorter as Baha Beled, appears also to have married a lady by whom he had 3 children, a daughter and 2 sons. Baha Beled's eldest child, his daughter, was married off and remained at Balkh when Baha Beled, his mother and 2 sons, left it a year or so before it was taken and devastated by Genghis Khan in 608 al-Hijra, or 1211 for the Common Era. His elder son is not again mentioned by Aflaki after their departure from Balkh. Neither is the mother of his children once mentioned, but his own mother, the princess, was alive and was still with him in about 1230 of the Common Era, after which she is too not again mentioned. Baha Beled's youngest child, his most celebrated Muhammad, his most celebrated son, Muhammad, surnamed Jalaluddin, Mevlana, Karavendgar, and Rumi. The principal personage of these memoirs, the founder of the order of the Mevlevi dervishes and author of the Mesnevi, had 4 children, 3 boys and a girl, by 2 wives. His eldest son was killed in the broil that caused the murder of his father's friend Shamsuddin of Tabriz. His youngest son is not taken further notice of, but his daughter was married off to a local prince and left Khamia. His second son, and eventually his successor as principal or abbot of his order, was named Muhammad, and surnamed Bahauddin. He is commonly known as Sultan Beled. Sultan Beled had 6 children, a boy and 2 girls, by his wife Fatima, daughter of Sheikh Faridun the Gold Beater, and the 3 boys, of whom 2 were twins, by 2 slave women. The daughters married well, and all his sons, 3 of them, succeeded him as abbot, one after the other. The eldest was Mir Arif, Chalabi Amir Arif, The second was named Abid, the third Zahid, and the fourth Wahid. Chalebi Emir Arif, the eldest, and Aflaki's patron, had 2 sons and a daughter. His eldest son, Emir Alim, surnamed Shahzada, succeeded eventually to the primacy after his uncles. With him, Aflaki's memoir is brought to a close. Such was the natural line of this dynasty of eminent men. But Aflaki has also given the links of a spiritual series through whom the mysteries of the dervish doctrines were handed down to and in the line of Alauddin. In anecdote number 79 of chapter 3, the account is given of the manner in which the Prophet Muhammad confided those mysteries to his cousin, son-in-law, and afterwards his 4th successor as Caliph, Ali, son of Abu Talib, the victorious Lion of God. Ali communicated the mysteries to the Imam Hassan of Basra, who died in 110 al-Hijra, or 728 of the Common Era. Hassan taught them to Habib, the Persian, who confided them to Dawood. Well, Hassan and Hussein, and after that it kind of broke, right? Because what is Muslim narrate? I mean, the Sahih Muslim narrates that after him the rope will be taken up, and then it'll be broken, and then 2 will take it up. So Ali and then Hassan Hussein, and some other narrations like that kind of, but not to say that the previous 3 rulers weren't legitimate. That's not what's being said. But anyways, of the tribe Taya at Ta'i, mentioned by the Herbalot without a date as Dawood al-Thai, he died 165 al-Hijra, or 781 of the Common Era. Dawood transmitted them to Maruf of Kerk, who died 200 al-Hijra, or 815 Common Era. He to Sirri, the merchant of damaged goods, as Sakati, died 253 al-Hijra, or 867 of the Common Era. And he to the great Junaid, who died about 297 al-Hijra, and which is 909 of the Common Era. Junaid's spiritual pupil was Shibli, who died 334 of the al-Hijra, or 945 of the Common Era. And okay, I don't know when the AD and the AH will be the same year, but who taught? Abu Amr Muhammad, son of Ibrahim Zajjaj, the glazier of Nishapur, who died in 348 al-Hijra, or 959 of the Common Era. And his pupil was Abu Bakr, son of Abdullah of Tus, the weaver, who taught Abu Muhammad, Muhammad's son of Muhammad al-Ghazali, who died 504 al-Hijra, or 1110 of the Common Era. And he committed those mysteries to Ahmed al-Khatibi, Jalal's great-grandfather, who consigned them to the Imam Sarakhsi. Sarakhsi died in al-Hijra 571, which is 1175 of the Common Era. Sarakhsi was the spiritual teacher of Jalal's father, Baha Velid, who taught the Sayyid Burhanuddin Tirmizi, the instructor of Jalal. He again passed on the tradition to Shamsuddin of Tabriz, the teacher of Jalal's son, Sultan Velid, who himself taught Emir Arif. At the same time, those mysteries were thus being gradually transmitted to Jalaluddin and his successors by these links. They also being diffused in thousands of other channels, and are at this day widely diffused all over the world of Islam, which daily boasts of its living saints and their miracles. These latter are perhaps not less voracious than those continually blazoned forth by the Church of Rome and by its Eastern sisters. We too have our spiritualists. Credulity will never forsake mankind, and progenies will never be lacking for the credulous to place faith in. There is much that is human in man all the world over. And, well, one of the things is certain guidance. As long as humanity is, I don't think that it will disappear. Now, people may make the wrong choice of who to believe in and how to believe in them, but you know, it's not that it's not that we have the option to do otherwise. Chapter 132.1, or I don't know what this 132.1, because obviously we're dealing with a different page. Oh wait, no, that's the page number, because 135 is the last page here. Okay. Confused for a second, but anyways, a genealogy is given in the Turkish preface to the author's copy of the Mesnevi, which traces the descent of Jalaluddin Muhammad from Abu Bakr in 10 degrees as follows. Well, the Bible uses the 10 degrees, right? And other sort of things use the 10-degree thing, but Jalaluddin, son of Bahauddin, son of Hussein, son of Ahmed, son of Mevdud, son of Thabit, son of Musayyib, son of Mutahhar, son of Hamad, son of Abdur Rahman, son of Abu Bakr. Now, Abdur Rahman, the eldest of the sons of Abu Bakr, died and was buried in Mecca in 53 Al-Hijra, 672 of the Common Era, and Jalaluddin was born at Balkh in Al-Hijra, 604, 1207 of the Common Era. Between these two, there are 9 degrees of descent given for a period of 535 years, or 66 years for each life after the birth of the next link. This alone suffices to show that the genealogy is not to be depended upon. Supposing the names given to be true, many other links must be missing, as many probably as those given. Well, perhaps it does average to that though. 134.1. Habib the Persian, a wealthy man, converted to Islam by one word from Hassan of Basra, whose devoted disciple he became. He died 106 Al-Hijra, or 724 of the Common Era.